Hello everyone, it is great to have you back. Today we continue our journey into the lecture series on rural and regional planning, uncovering how policy institutions and planning strategies come together to transform rural Uttar Pradesh in India. Advancing comprehensive development, an integrated perspective on rural development. Rural development is multidimensional, encompassing not only economic growth but also the well being, empowerment, and dignity of individuals and communities. Personal development focuses on nurturing individual capacities through education, health, life skills, and physical fitness, ensuring that each person can lead a fulfilling life. Human development expands this vision, creating opportunities for all, particularly women, children, older persons, and persons with disabilities, through nutrition, healthcare, education, and inclusive policies. At the community level, social development strengthens cohesion, equity, and cultural participation, while programs targeting marginalized groups ensure empowerment and social justice. Economic development complements these efforts by promoting employment, skill development, entrepreneurship, and sustainable livelihoods, providing the material basis for individual and collective growth. Equally important is environmental development, which safeguards natural resources, promotes sustainable practices, and builds resilience against climate and ecological challenges. Basic amenities and services such as access to water, sanitation, housing, energy, and transport form the foundation for healthy and productive lives. Social security schemes protect the vulnerable, offering pensions, health coverage, and disability support, ensuring that no one is left behind as per SDG. Finally, good governance underpins all these initiatives, fostering transparency, accountability, participatory decision making, and effective service delivery. Together, these dimensions reflect a holistic approach to development where personal growth, social equity, economic opportunity, environmental sustainability, and institutional integrity converge to create a society that is inclusive, resilient, and prosperous. Timeline of central and state sector schemes under Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana in Uttar Pradesh. The Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana in Uttar Pradesh exemplifies a data driven approach to holistic rural development, leveraging a total of 251 unique schemes, combining 223 central and 28 state sector initiatives. These schemes span 8 key sectors, reflecting the multidimensional focus of Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. In the initial phase of implementation in 2014, model villages were identified and existing schemes were mapped. Early efforts focused on personal development with 7 schemes enhancing education, life skills, and health. Human development received significant attention with 63 schemes addressing nutrition, maternal and child health, education, and inclusion of vulnerable population. Between 2016 and 18, the program expanded to social and economic development. Social cohesion and empowerment were strengthened through 37 social development schemes. while economic opportunities were supported by 101 schemes covering livelihoods, skill development, and entrepreneurship. Environmental sustainability was incorporated through 16 schemes, ensuring natural resource management and climate resilience. From 2018 onwards, attention shifted to basic amenities, social security, and governance. 24 schemes ensured access to water, sanitation, housing, and energy, while 12 social security schemes provided protection to the elderly, disabled, and marginalized groups. 20 governance schemes enhanced transparency, accountability, and participatory decision making at the village level. This timeline demonstrates how convergence of 251 schemes across sectors over time has created comprehensive, inclusive, and sustainable framework for rural development, transforming the model villages of Uttar Pradesh into benchmark of progress and human development. So, personal development is the cornerstone of empowerment, and today's government has strengthened this mission by investing in confidence, skills, and healthy habits across every stages of life. Through targeted schemes and community driven initiatives, India is nurturing stronger, more capable citizens who are ready to lead positive changes in their families and communities. So, detailing out the scheme, personal development forms the foundation of human capital and community empowerment in rural Uttar Pradesh. The government has implemented several initiatives to enhance skills, health, and overall well being of individuals, particularly children, youth, and vulnerable population. The National Rural Health Mission, launched in 2005, plays a pivotal role by providing up to 90% financial support for running daycare centers, old age homes, mobile medical units, and new projects including multi service centers for older persons and physiotherapy clinic, Alzheimer's and dementia care centers, and counseling helplines. Between 2005 and 2015, institutional deliveries in rural India increased by over 40% points, reflecting improved maternal and child health outcome. The Swachh Bharat mission, initiated on 2nd October 2014 on the August ceremony of our father of the nation anniversary, birth anniversary. It complements health interventions by promoting hygiene and sanitation. By 2019, the mission had led to construction of more than 100 million individual household toilets and declared nearly 6 lakh villages open defecation free. This has resulted in significant improvements in public health indicators, including reduction in infant and child morbidity. Physical well-being is also addressed under the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Abhiyan, which provides financial assistance for creating block levels and village level sport facilities, organizing competitions at district, state, and national levels, and also promoting inclusive participation through promotion of sports. Against disabled scheme, these interventions cultivate a culture of daily exercise, teamwork, and healthy habits, especially among youth and specially abled individuals. Altogether, these schemes form a holistic personal development. Rather, I should say, personal development framework integrating health, hygiene, education, and physical fitness, thereby empowering individuals to participate fully in social and economic life while improving the overall resilience of rural communities. Next. The personal development in rural Uttar Pradesh is closely linked with health, hygiene, and physical activity. Two other central interventions illustrate this approach. First is the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, enacted in 2005 and implemented from February 2006. It guarantees wage employment while enabling construction of community assets such as playgrounds and recreational spaces. These facilities encourage daily exercise, team sports, and youth engagement, fostering lifelong healthy habits. Since its inception, Manrega has created over 12 billion person days of employment and reached about 50 million households annually, with nearly 50% of beneficiaries being women and scheduled caste and tribes, highlighting its inclusive impact. On the preventive side, the Assistance for Prevention of Alcoholism and Substance Abuse, launched in 1985 and 86, provides identification, counseling, treatment, and rehabilitation for individuals affected by alcohol, tobacco, and drug use. Financial support covers 90% of approved cost, increasing to 95% in northeastern states, Sikkim, and Jammu Kashmir. The scheme has been critical in addressing social and economic burden of substance abuse, which affects millions of rural households across India, also in Uttar Pradesh. Next vertical is human development. Human development stands at the core of India's inclusive growth agenda, and a coordinated set of nutrition, health, and education with welfare schemes is enabling even the most vulnerable citizens to live with dignity, opportunity, and improve quality of life. So, this human development begins with universal access to quality health care, and India has made remarkable strides through the National Rural Health Missions launched in April 2005. This initiative aims to bridge the gap between communities and health system, ensuring that even the most underserved populations receive essential medical services. At the heart of this mission are accredited social health activists who act as a vital link between villages and primary health centers, enabling effective antenatal care, immunization, and health education. Through village health sanitation and nutrition committees, Untied grants empower local communities to identify and address the needs of poor households and children, strengthening community driven health interventions. Programs under the mission include Janani Suraksha Yojana, which promotes institutional deliveries, and the Janani Shishu Suraksha Karyakram, offering free transport, medicines, diagnostics, blood, and diet to mothers and infants. Mobile initiatives like National Mobile Medical Units and National Ambulance Services ensure access to healthcare in remote and underserved areas. Child health is also a major focus. The Rashtriya Bal Swastha Karyakram, launched in 2013, screens millions of children for developmental delays, disabilities, birth defects, and nutritional deficiencies. Additionally, mother and child health wings in high case load hospitals expand capacity for maternity and pediatric care. To reduce the financial barriers, the mission provides free drugs and diagnostics and specialized service through district hospitals and knowledge centers. Offers advanced treatment including dialysis, cardiac care, cancer treatment, and mental health services. Public health campaign like the National Iron Plus initiative, started in 2013, address iron deficiency anemia by providing supplement to the to millions of beneficiaries. Through this through these interventions, the National Rural Health Mission has transformed health outcomes, reducing maternal and infant mortality, improving childhood nutrition, and expanding access to care for millions. This mission exemplifies how targeted health policies drive human development, enabling rural population to lead healthier, more productive lives, and fostering the foundation for sustainable growth and social equity. Next. Universal health access and human development. Universal access to basic health facilities forms the cornerstone for human development, and India has implemented multiple initiatives to ensure that every citizen, especially in rural and underserved areas, can access essential medical services. As I am saying India and its rural and underserved areas, so it's the schemes are already applicable to rural Uttar Pradesh. The National AIDS and STD Control Program, launched in 1992, focuses on prevention, targeted interventions among high risk groups, treatment of infections, and care for people living with HIV and AIDS. The program includes integrated counseling and testing facilities, prevention of parent to child transmission, rural outreach through link workers, and capacity building, creating a robust framework for public health and social support. Complementing these efforts, the National Ayush Mission, launched in 2014, provides traditional medicine services at health centers and promotes cultivation of medicinal plants, merging preventive and curative care with sustainable health practices. Family planning and reproductive health are also a priority. The supply of contraceptives program ensures free access to condoms, alongside social marketing and awareness campaigns, empowering individuals and families to make informed health choices. Nutrition and maternal child health care are critical for long term development. The State Nutrition Mission works to improve the nutritional status of mothers and children up to 3 years. While the Integrated Child Development Services (ICDS), initiated in 1975, ensures total immunization and provides supplementary nutrition, health checkups, and early childhood education for children aged 0 to 6 years. Furthermore, the assistance to voluntary organizations for welfare of scheduled castes supports NGOs in running medical centers and dispensaries, expanding access to healthcare for marginalized communities. Together, these programs demonstrate India's comprehensive approach to universal health coverage, addressing preventive care, maternal and child health, nutrition, and social equity. By ensuring that health services reach the most vulnerable in India, especially in Uttar Pradesh, which not only improving life expectancy and quality of life, but also laying a strong foundation for human capital development and sustainable growth. Next, promoting gender equity and maternal health. So, this human development is strongly linked to gender equity and maternal health, and the government has launched targeted programs to address these areas. The Beti Bachao Beti Padhao program, initiated in January 2015, tackles the critical issue of declining child sex ratio through a combination of mass awareness campaigns, focused interventions, and multi-sectoral actions in 100 districts with low sex ratios. The initiative aims to celebrate the birth of the girl child, prevent gender-based sex selection, ensure survival and protection of girls, and promote their education. It is a collaborative effort of the Ministry of Women and Child Development, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and Ministry of Education. Since its launch, several districts have reported measurable improvements in the child sex ratio, alongside increased enrollment of girls in schools and enhanced community awareness of gender issues. Complementing these efforts, the Janani Suraksha Yojana, launched in 2005 under the National Rural Health Mission, ensures 100% institutional delivery by providing cash incentives to mothers delivering in hospitals. The program differentiates between low performing states such as Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and Rajasthan, where mothers received 1,400 and ASHA workers 600, total of 2,000, and high performing states where the combined cash initiatives were 1,300. The scheme has significantly increased institutional deliveries in rural areas, thereby reducing maternal and infant mortality. Together, these programs exemplify India's approach to holistic human development, promoting gender equality, safeguarding maternal and child health, and fostering long term social and educational outcomes by combining awareness, financial initiatives, and community engagement. India is laying foundation for a healthier, more equitable, and inclusive society. Now, strengthening nutrition for women and children in India. Nutrition forms the backbone of human development, especially for children, adolescent girls, and pregnant women and lactating mothers. India has implemented multiple targeted programs to improve nutritional outcomes and support overall well being. Firstly, the Rajiv Gandhi Scheme for Empowerment of Adolescent Girls, known as SABLA, launched in 2010, focuses on adolescent girls aged between 11 to 18 years. It operates through two components. Number one, nutrition and non-nutrition. Nutrition support is provided via take-home rations or hot cooked meals, targeting out of school girls aged 11 to 14, and all girls aged 14 to 18. The non-nutrition component includes iron and folic acid supplement, health checkups, nutrition education, counseling on family welfare, adolescent reproductive and sexual health, life skills, and vocational training. This holistic approach empowers adolescent girls to achieve better health and social outcomes. Complementing this, the Integrated Child Child Development Services (ICDS) launched back in 1975, delivers 6 core services through Anganwadi centers, covering immunization, supplementary nutrition, health checkups, referral services, preschool education, and nutrition and health information for women. The program reaches millions of children aged 0 to 6 and their mothers, contributing to a significant reduction in child malnutrition and improving maternal health indicators. To intensify these efforts, the National Nutrition Mission (NNM), started in 2018, strengthens and restructures ICDS while implementing multi-sectoral interventions in 200 high burden districts. It also conducts nationwide campaigns on nutrition awareness, integrating nutritional priorities into various line ministries programs. Together, these initiatives demonstrate India's commitment to enhancing human capital through targeted nutrition interventions, fostering healthier, more resilient communities, and empowering women and children to realize their full potential. Next. So now, advancing human development, nutrition, women and disability support in India, especially targeting to rural and underserved areas. India has implemented a series of targeted schemes to improve nutrition, maternal health and support for persons with disabilities, or we call them Divyang people, reflecting a comprehensive approach to human development. The Indira Gandhi Matritva Sahyog Yojana, launched in 2010 provides direct cash assistance of 6,000 to pregnant and lactating women from the end of the second trimester up to 6 months after delivery. This scheme not only compensates for short term wage loss but also promotes positive health and nutritional behavior for both mother and child. Complementing this, the Ajivika National Livelihood Mission empowers communities through food security risk funds for self help groups and volunteer organizations, coupled with education and communication initiatives on nutrition and health. These efforts enhance household food security and strengthen community based nutritional practices. India also emphasizes the special need of persons with disabilities, especially children and women. Under Manrega, the work tasks are tailored for laborers with disabilities, promoting inclusion in livelihood choices. Additionally, seven national institutes for the blind, deaf, mentally challenged, and orthopedically challenged provide professional training and rehabilitation services addressing multi-dimensional challenges. The Rajiv Gandhi National Fellowship extends financial support for research studies to students with disabilities, facilitating higher education and skill development. Finally, the assistance to voluntary organizations for old age homes ensures up to 90% financial support for daycare centers, old age homes, mobile Medicare units, and specialized services such as respite care homes, Alzheimer daycare center, physiotherapy clinics, and consulting services for older person and people with disabilities. Together, these programs demonstrate India's commitment to holistic human development, combining nutrition, health, education, disability inclusion, and elder care. By integrating financial support, community engagement, and targeted intervention, India is building a more equitable, resilient, and inclusive society. Inclusive human development. India has undertaken a robust set of programs to ensure inclusive human development, focusing on persons with disabilities, children, and vulnerable groups. The National Program for Disabilities, launched in 2003, implements the Persons with Disabilities Act by establishing hostels, community based rehabilitation programs, and other inclusive initiatives. Complementing this, the Aids and Appliances for the Handicapped scheme provides grants to assist needy, specially abled individuals in procuring modern, scientifically manufactured assistive devices, enhancing their physical, social, and psychological rehabilitation. Similarly, the Artificial Limbs Manufacturing Corporation produces and supplies durable eyesight standard assistive aids, empowering physically weakened individuals and restoring the dignity. Economic and social security for vulnerable population is ensured through National Social Assistance Program, which provide provides old age, widow, disability pensions along with family benefit schemes and food support. Additionally, the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act allocates 6% of contingency funds to train persons with disabilities, enabling them to undertake specially defined tasks and participate in livelihoods. Promotion of sports amongst disabled further ensures access of access to sports facilities, fostering physical well-being and social inclusion. Child development and education are equally prioritized. The ICDS, operational since 1975, delivers preschool non-formal education, nutrition and health services through Anganwadi centers. Moreover, the scheme for welfare of working children and children in need of care and protection brings working children into mainstream education while providing vocational training, healthcare and nutritional support, preparing them for self resilience, pardon me, preparing them for self reliance and sustainable livelihood. Together, these programs reflect India's commitment to equitable human development, ensuring that children, women, and persons with disabilities receive holistic support across health, education, and social welfare sectors, paving the way for an inclusive and empowered society. Next. Ensuring universal education and retention of marginalized children in rural areas. India has implemented multiple targeted programs to ensure universal access to education up to class 10, particularly for girls, tribal children, scheduled castes, and economically disadvantaged groups. The Strengthening Education Among Girls in Low Literacy Pockets program provides grant in aid to state tribal development societies to run residential educational complexes in areas with low literacy rates. The scheme focuses on enrolling scheduled tribe girls and particularly vulnerable tribal group girls, providing residential facilities and holistic education. Complementing this, the umbrella scheme for education of ST children, establishment of ashram schools, supports the construction of residential school infrastructure in tribal sub-plan areas, ensuring children from scheduled tribes can access quality education in safe and supportive environments. The Ekalavya model residential schools, established under the first provision to Article 275(1) of the Constitution, provide high quality residential education for ST children from classes 6 to 12, modeled on the Jawahar Navodaya and Kendriya Vidyalaya schools. These schools aim to bridge the educational gap in tribal regions and ensure continuity in learning. For children from scheduled caste and other backward classes, the common programs for SCs and OBCs and also free coaching and allied schemes provide special pre-examination coaching, skill development and mentorship to help students compete in national competitive exams. Eligibility under these schemes is linked to family income, typically below 3 lakh per annum, ensuring support reaches economically disadvantaged students as well. Finally, the fellowships under the Rajiv Gandhi National Fellowship for ST students provide financial assistance for higher education such as MPhil and PhD, promoting continued learning and academic excellence. Collectively, these initiatives ensure that marginalized and vulnerable children not only access basic education but are retained through secondary schooling, fostering equity, empowerment, and social mobility in India's human development landscape. Next, ensuring education equity through scholarships and fellowships in India. So, this slide particularly talks about different uh, boosting schemes for the youth to take up education in a more serious manner. So, education is power. So, India has implemented a comprehensive set of programs to ensure universal access to education and support retention up to class 10, while also enabling higher education for marginalized groups. For students preparing for competitive examination of at a different level and different platform, the support for students clearing prelims conducted by UPSC, SSC, and state public service commissions provides coaching and tutoring support, ensuring aspirants from minority communities can progress to the next stage of selection. To support economically disadvantaged students in secondary education, the pre-matric scholarship for other backward classes offers financial assistance to poor OBC students studying in high schools, reducing dropout rates and promoting continuity in learning. For higher education, several fellowships and scholarships have been launched. The Maulana Azad National Fellowship provides financial support to minority students pursuing MPhil and PhD studies, while the scholarship for college and university students disburses funds directly to students via e-banking for higher studies in colleges and universities. The Merit Cum Means scholarship for professional and technical courses targets minority students from families with annual income of 2.5 lakh or less, enabling them to pursue undergraduate and postgraduate technical and professional courses. Similarly, the Rajiv Gandhi National Fellowship for Scheduled Caste students and Rajiv Gandhi National Fellowship for other backward and economically backward classes provide financial support for advanced research degrees, including MPhil and PhD, fostering academic excellence among historically disadvantaged groups. These initiatives collectively ensure that access to education, retention, and upward mobility are not limited by social or economic background. By integrating scholarships, residential schoolings, and coaching support, India strives to create inclusive pathways for learning, skill development, and empowerment for its most vulnerable population. India has already implemented several targeted initiatives, as we have already seen in last few slides. Uh, Continuing with the same, uh, it has targeted initiatives to ensure universal access to education up to class 10, prevent dropouts, and provide higher education opportunities for marginalized and vulnerable groups. For meritorious students from scheduled castes, the top class education for meritorious student scheme provides scholarships covering tuition, living expenses, books, and computers for students admitted to Select Institute of Excellence. Families with annual income up to 4.5 lakh are eligible for this scheme. Complementing this, the post matric scholarship for SC students supports continuation of studies beyond secondary education, ensuring that financial constraints do not interrupt academic progress. Children engaged in high risk or marginalized occupations, including scavenging, sweeping, tanneries, flayers, manhole cleaners, and rag pickers, benefit from this pre-matric scholarship for children of those engaged in unclean occupations, which provides direct financial support to prevent educational exclusion. Similarly, the pre-matric scholarship for SC students targets students in class 9th and 10th whose parents' income does not exceed 2 lakh per year, reducing dropout rates during critical academic transitions. India also promotes inclusive education for persons with special abilities. The National Overseas Scholarships for person with special abilities students enables them to pursue higher education abroad, while the Rajiv Gandhi National Fellowships for the students with disabilities or special abilities provides funding for advanced research in MPhil and PhD studies. Collectively, these initiatives reflect a comprehensive approach to human development. Continuing, the scheduled castes, the overseas scholarships for the scheduled caste with passage grants provide financial support for higher studies abroad in engineering, technology, and science at the master's and PhD level. This covers tuition, maintenance, contingency, allowance, travel, and other educational expenses. Similarly, the post-matric scholarship for SCs and persons with disabilities supports students at post-secondary and higher education level, ensuring continuity of education. Students from minority communities benefit from the post-matric scholarship for minorities, which provides merit and means-based financial assistance for studies from class 11 to PhD, including technical and vocational courses. For scheduled tribes, both pre and post matric scholarships support students from elementary to university level, while the National Overseas Scholarships for STs provides funding for advanced studies abroad in specialized field of engineering, technology, and sciences. Gender inclusion is a critical focus. The Beti Bachao Beti Padhao program addresses declining child sex ratio and promotes universal enrollment of girls. Key interventions include activating school management committees, creating girls participation forums like Balika Manch, and constructing or repairing girls' toilets in schools to improve access and retention. Next. India ensured uh, the his the scheme, the targeted scheme toward universal access to education, ensuring that children from all socioeconomic background can study up to class 10 with quality support. The Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, a flagship program under the Ministry of School Education and Literacy, has driven this effort by constructing schools, providing free books and uniforms, supplying teaching aids, engaging trained teachers, and focusing on both enrollment and retention. To address the needs of minority communities, the Maulana Azad Educational Foundation provides grants in aid to promote education among educationally backward minority groups, ensuring equitable access. Similarly, schemes for providing education to madrasas aim to bring Muslim students up to national education standard. For students from central government employees families, Kendriya Vidyalayas established in 1965 provide a consistent high quality education, while Navodaya Vidyalayas give rural children the opportunity to access quality residential schooling through competitive admission at the class 6th level. At the secondary level, the Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan focuses middle and secondary education with model schools established in educationally backward blocks to improve access and learning outcomes, to ensure continual quality enhancement. The School Quality Assessment Program evaluates school performance and recommends improvements in teaching, infrastructure, and overall functioning. Next. In advancing educational access, digital literacy, and skills for all, India continues to strengthen universal access to education and foster human development through innovations and targeted schemes. The Kanya Vidya Dan program in Uttar Pradesh provides one-time grant of 30,000 to financially disadvantaged high school girls to pursue higher education, promoting gender equity and educational retention. For students with special needs, the top class education for person with disability scheme offers financial assistance to pursue their uh, higher studies, ensuring inclusion and equal opportunity. Recognizing the transformative power of digital learning, the national mission in education through ICT scheme aims to convert schools into smart schools with IT enabled classrooms, e libraries, web based teaching, and e literacy initiatives. Complementing this, Sharva Shiksha Abhiyan, now converted to Shamagra Shiksha Abhiyan, integrates computer labs and multimedia content into school education, while multi-sectoral development program addresses education deficits in minority concentration areas by supporting school construction, ICT integration, and hostel facilities. Adult literacy and adolescent empowerment are also key components of human development. Rajiv Gandhi Scheme for Empowerment of Adolescent Girls, Sabla targets girls aged 11 to 18, providing nutrition and health counseling on family welfare, adolescent reproductive and sexual health, life skills and vocational training through voluntary health workers, ASHA. Together, these initiatives bridge gaps in access, retention, and digital literacy, particularly for girls, minorities, and persons with disabilities. By combining financial support, technology integration, and skills development, India is creating an inclusive, future ready educational ecosystem that empowers all learners and promotes lifelong learning. Finally, coming to the final slide of human development, adult literacy initiatives are implemented through multiple programs. The National AIDS and STD Control Program incorporates information, education, and communication activities, integrated counseling and capacity building efforts to improve awareness and literacy. Under Ajivika National Livelihood Mission, self-help groups receive training on basic literacy and financial literacy, empowering women and communities. Additionally, the Rashtriya Uchchatara Shiksha Abhiyan (RASHA) strengthens higher education institutions, funding new colleges, improving quality, and offering career counseling to students. Digital literacy is promoted under the Digital India program and IT manpower development initiatives, which aim to create an e-literate population through IT training, e-governance, cybersecurity programs, and infrastructure like e-panchayats and national knowledge network. To ensure universal access to education up to class 10 and beyond, state initiatives such as Padhe Betiya and Hamari Beti Uska Kal provide 30,000 grants to high school pass girls from BPL and minority families, supporting their continuation into higher secondary education. The tablet and laptop distribution schemes further enhances access to technology for academically meritorious students, promoting digital inclusion and e-learning. So together all this program bridges gaps in literacy, digital access, and educational retention, particularly for girls, minorities, and underserved population, fostering inclusive human development and lifelong learning across India. So we'll continue with the social development and other verticals of this uh, series, where the schemes have been applied in rural India, in the next lecture. Thank you for joining.